Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. So I just wanted to do another quick video on these. I know that I opened them in my previous video and I gave you a good look at them then. I wanted to show you them again, just so you can have a close look at the cards. And also there's a little bit I want to say about this line of figures. Because, you know, when I received them, I was one of these people who wasn't sure about the line, wasn't really that excited about receiving it. Now I have them, my opinion has totally changed on them. And shall we say that the penny has kind of dropped on the potential of them as well. So I'm now really excited about them. I have not been paid to say that. That is just circumstance in my life, because the day that these arrived, I was in a comic shop and I saw for the third time, because I've been in this comic shop is nearby where I am, and I've been in there 3 times. I feel embarrassed because every time I go in there I never buy anything, but I just pop in, and that's the first place I've seen reaction figures. And I'm going to talk more about this in a separate video, so do stay tuned. I'm going to talk about that in another video, but I'll mention it now since we're talking about these. But the reaction line is Cult Classics, and they do figures in the retro style, in a Kenner style. They have reaction done in a Kenner font as well on the card back. But they've got, you know, loads of cult classic films: Pulp Fiction, Jaws, Alien, Terminator, Predator, Hellraiser, Fight Club. You know, things like Breaking Bad and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I've never seen Breaking Bad ever, but still, that's in there. They've got so many different things. I got home that night and I opened these and I saw the quality of them and I was so impressed, and I just sort of like the penny dropped. I thought, that's what they're gonna do. That's what they can do. It's not just going to be about rehashing 80s classics. Like these 6 here are half of the first 12 figures that were ever released. It would be nice to see the other 6 come out as well, of course, but it's not just going to be about rehashing and doing close approximations, or very good approximations, or reinterpretations of those original figures and cards. But they can give us new stuff as well. And this, I feel ridiculous saying this, like, as I say, the pennies dropped because I've just felt the potential, shall we say. I've known for a long time, and so have you, that Tarkin is in this line. They've done a Tarkin, that's the modern Tarkin figure, but they've done a figure of Tarkin in that style, in the 80s kind of 5 POA style. And that's all we knew. And then a lot of people have thought, and they've kind of assessed it and thought, well, what else could we have? And there's other ideas that you could get things that we didn't get in the 80s, like the Rebel Fleet Trooper or the Sand Trooper. And I can't wait. They could do so much, not just for the original trilogy, but there's tons just in A New Hope alone. I'm now fixated on the idea of getting like an Aunt Beru, an Uncle Owen, and imagine the card backs for that, and then the figure inside. Again, I'll talk about it in another video, because I'll show you some of the reaction figures and cards. But seeing the wide scope of characters they've put on card back there, and the figures, no disrespect to Funko and the reaction series line, whatever you call it, but those figures, quality-wise, are not a patch on these. And it's interesting, it's ironic, because a few people in the comments have said that they've thought that these figures aren't very good quality. Now, it's been a while, it's been over 30 years, but I don't remember this figure here looking any different from the one I had for a Stormtrooper. So that, to me, is a decent effort. I never had a Luke like that, but look at it, I mean, come on. It's not far off. And just imagine an Owen. You can imagine the overall, the beard, the car back to go with it. Chance encounter with this line of figures, this reaction series, and I will pick up a few of them, and I will review them, and I'll also talk about them in a bit more detail in another video. Plus I will also discuss the future potential of different characters in here. But there's nothing to stop Hasbro now, you see, from doing figures from, if they wanted to, just imagine a Phantom Menace card or 2, or an Attack of the Clones. Imagine a Jango Fett done with a Jango 80s style version in there. Imagine that. That's possible. It's totally possible. They could just get a Fett sculpt, resculpt it silver and blue. My god. Anyway, so there you go. That's awesome. So people have different opinions on these. People weren't sure about them. And do you know what? To those people I say, I'm with you, because I wasn't sure on these. And I've not been paid by Hasbro. I'm not on commission. I literally have changed my mind on these now. I've seen them. I think they're really good quality as well. Some people thought the cards were maybe a bit too thin. One thing I will say about them is this. The rustic style around the outside, I was never a fan of that. When I saw that on Instagram, I thought, oh, come on, what have you done that for? Just give us the original car back. Don't do that, you've wrecked it, kind of thing. But no, actually, I think now it gives this line its own bit of individuality again. You'll never, ever get muddled between these and the 80s versions, because if you turn them round, look at them. They're date stamped. They've got 2018 clearly put on the back there. So no one's ever going to fob you off and try and sell you that for hundreds of pounds. So that's one thing. The other issue is the stickers. Now, since I found out that they can't be, I'm personally going to keep them on. I think that the stickers give it a little bit of charm from the 80s, that we've got stickers all the time on cards with offers and this, that, the other. I did find out there was a rumour that this was printed on there, and I was shocked. I thought, what? But no, that's not the case. They can be removed. I will say, in honest truth, they could have made it a little bit smaller, but you know, hey ho, it's what it is, and there they are, and I like them. I'm going to put these shortly in a star case, and I'm going to put them next door to their compadres. I've got a Luke from the VOTC on that car back. I'm going to put him next to him. If you would like to join me, I will show you that now. Let's get them star cased up and put on my vintage wall. Join me. Alright, in it goes. This is Chewbacca. I'm gonna have to do this one-handed. Might be tough. Let's see. There it is, man. You see, I mean, that ain't no custom. I did have some custom 80s figures I got rid of because they were just, I knew in the back of my mind they weren't real. I know that's come from Hasbro, so I'm happy with that. That's the ultimate custom Star Wars figure you're ever gonna get. So embrace it. It's real. It's from Kenner almost, you know. Kenner is Hasbro. Hasbro was Kenner. Whatever, you know what I mean? It's this. It's all family, man. It's all there. Yes, hello there. So this is my now sort of famous wall of Only One Kenobi channel. I'm doing a bit of rejigging so I can fit these retros in, but they should look good once they're all together, and I'm going to do that for you now. Join me. Alrighty, there is no more dynamic trio even in science fiction cinema than Hamill, Ford and Fisher, and here they are, all of them up there. I've made a space so I can put the retro and vintage, modern vintage, together on the wall. They look really nice. And here's Fisher now, Leia. So there you go. And the funny thing is about this card here is that a while ago I bought myself on eBay, I got an actual 80s Leia, and I recarded it on this packaging here. So this is the VOTC from 2004. I basically opened it up and took the modern figure out, and I put an 80s one in, trying to do this basically. I was trying to make myself a custom vintage 80s Leia, but look at that now. We have got the definitive custom from Hasbro. Such a good job. I do like the retro collection. I'm loving it actually. And especially I think they work nicely with, mixed in with the vintage collection. Really good. And down here we've got two Stormtroopers now. We've got, obviously that's got George Lucas in there, you can see. But two Star Wars Chase Stormtrooper cards. Next door we have Chewie, and this is a recent figure too from the vintage collection. Two Star Wars Chase Chewies now, really good. Two there as well. One more thing to do. Okay, we're on the opposite side of the room, but here is my sort of Boba Fett and Vader channel. So we've got two Vaders and Fetts side by side. So this is where I'm going to just do a quick shift around now for you. Just want to show you this little bit of a room tour as well. So what I'm going to do is I want obviously my new retro by this Vader here. I'm going to take him off for now, put on the retro Vader, but you know, I just think they look so great next to each other, you know. A bit of old and new, which is ironic as I say before, because that is a new figure but it's done in the old style, but I just like the two varieties next to each other. So I'm very happy with how things are going to be, man. So yes, let's finish this thing off now. Alrighty, so thanks so much for watching. If for whatever reason you are new around here, please do like and subscribe. Drop a like on the video, subscribe, and also leave a comment in the interest of continuing the discussion of the retro collection. and do take the time to check out the rest of my channel, obviously, yeah, and keep an eye out for another video I will make along these lines of the retro collection and the reaction line of figures. There's so much to say. So thank you again for watching. This has been Only One Kenobi. Only one.